Baby's like, blah, 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 blah.
What's your perspective when you were a kid? Because I remember when Uncle Squeegee used to hear me practicing all the time, and then I played his brother's anniversary party, and we were actually playing tunes, and he's like, Georgie, I never knew you could sound like that.
All I know is I never got any sleep because between you down in the basement playing and Uncle Rocco upstairs playing, there was never a quiet moment in that house.
Yeah, but if you think back, I mean, you think back to the history of that, that's something that will never happen again. A complete Italiano house, 3 decades of Italians, and I'm talking Calabrese, you see, you know? And everybody screaming and yelling and going wild, and my father and Grandpa making wine. They're crushing the grapes and drinking the wine from last year, and then seeing my Uncle Joe fall down a flight of 20 stairs because he was so stoned, he got right up and walked away. Remember that? Do you remember that? Al Maria. Remember that?
His father.
And Grandma used to make the raviolis and the spaghetti and put it on a blanket on the bed. Remember that one?
She had made
Yeah. Yeah, she made it all solid.
baby, you don't remember the
Yeah, I know, I was a baby.
So we were out. So then I went to Berkeley and I met Bob Galati, and we were playing a gig at the Holiday Inn in Randolph. Whoops, with Spencer Wood, and I said, wow, this is great. And so I would go to his house and start sessioning and drinking Tavola red wine, and we developed this band of 40 years. And then Locke came traipsing in a little while later and finished it off for us. It was still going at it. And then, let's see. Then I got the gig with Tom Jones. And Bob, Mr. Marullo over here is very shy. He gets all mushy. I got Bobby on the gig, and actually even Lovano. I got Lovano on the last 6 weeks, and he still talks about the night. No, forget him. Lovano still talks about the night that Elvis came out on stage and sang a few tunes with us. You know, that was.
He used to come backstage all the time.
Yeah.
Elvis would come back because he loved everybody.
Elvis came
So we
and
would
played
go
it
off
and
the
sang a few
stage.
tunes.
Tell me, Joe, did Tom Jones ever wear those brassieres that they used to throw up at him?
No, George did.
It's going on YouTube.
How are you going to drive it out of there if you don't have it?
I'll get it out. Hey, did I park it the other day?
You did.
Mayday! Mayday!
Yeah.
It only took-
I parked it.
I'll tell you a funny story. The first day George got the boat, I couldn't go out with him. I was working, and he went out there on his own. And he pulls it out of the dock. It's a really windy day, and the boat starts spinning in place. So he calls the Coast Guard, and he says, "Mayday, Mayday!" And the Coast Guard says, "Where are you?" He says, "I'm right at the slip." The guy had to come down and pull him back in.
There's a guy who gets pissed off because he only got one question wrong on the test for the Coast Guard. I was happy. I was one away from flunking.
He was standing up. I made it.
I mean, you still get the board anyway, right?
And I was fighting with the instructor because I didn't think I got one wrong. I still don't.
So okay, we went with Murillo. Then when I came home, I was back in Boston. I got the gig at Berkeley, and that was it. And then I just kept going. I got married and had 2 beautiful kids. I used to torture them to death the way my mother and father tortured me.
Oh, you sound like him.
Who?
That he had a bad childhood.
We won't get into that
Hey, it's not
story. Did I ever
good.
tell you I had to walk from Ashmont Station in Dorchester to Randolph every day? Uphill, both ways in the snow.
Never ever like that. Me?
I know, that doesn't sound right. You couldn't eat meat chicken in my house.
No apples or ice cubes. Or...
No apples,
Since you busted my chops.
Here's my,
He's
he's staying back.
He used to have a plastic gun, right? Bullets, plastic bullets, and one day he shot one up his nose.
I've never been the same since.
Yeah, and he's like, Roseanne's freaking, she's passing out. I'm dealing with her passing out, my mother's tripping, she's calling 911. The old man's getting strewn out upstairs, and this guy's got a bullet up his nose. So I told him, honk at Julia. So he went, boom, and the thing came up. But the plastic, come on, you can say anything you want, I don't care, because I'm too great. Pretty good. How about a nice round of applause? How about the
What are you
time?
gonna tell this
The
one?
kid, he comes in, he's about 4 or 5 years old, he's like, and I look down and he's got his little Bichard caught in the fly.
I still got the scar. It's a lot bigger now, though.
He goes, hey Josh, how you gonna get it out of there? And it's like,
Oh my God.
That was a traumatic moment in my life.
yeah, but I know I'm leading into him, but I got him back later. When I was training with the Zen master and I was in peak form, he was always busting my chops. You don't know how to do that stuff, do you? He's like, come on, give me a shot. Give me a shot. I was like, really? Like, okay.
I was like 10.
I gave him a drop kick and drove him into the TV and that shut him up for the rest of his life.
Fun house you have there, Rose.
Oh, yeah, that was a blast.
Okay, blast, let me tell you.
How about the silver Christmas tree with the rotating?
Oh, my God.
She probably paid what, $19? I tried to find one now. They want like $650.
Oh, my God.
You know, if you can't get. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Oh,
It was right in that living room there.
Yeah,
We
unbelievable.
all have them.
And you got me the chemistry set. And we knew all our presents because you hid them under the bed.
I used to hide them, and while I went to work, I worked at Jordan Marsh, they'd be in there playing with them.
Oh, man.
She'd have her doll, chatting, candy, talking.
All right. So then moving on. Then one of my prime students was here. It was great to see him. Is Dino. He started coming. When did he come? In the 80s? 78? Really? Wow.
You're older than you think, Joe.
He's older than he thinks. And I always remember his dad. That was the first time I had ever seen a Lincoln Town Car. And these mafia guys pull up and just give at 9 in the morning, right, D? He's like, Dean, tell your dad, no, have your pops come in. And he wouldn't come in for 2 or 3 weeks because he was, he couldn't walk. So I said, let me come out and meet him, you know. So, did I tell this is cool? So Bob was like really cool. I go, hey Bob, how you doing? Hey Georgie, how are you? I said, you want to come in? He said, no, I can't. I got to stay out here. I said, well, do you ever have any problems? You know, everything cool? He says, no, everything's cool, because if I have any problems, I just pull this out from under the seat, and he puts this gun next to my head. It's like, okay, Bob. Then at John Allmark's wedding, I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, boom, this guy hits me with his wheelchair, and it's Bob, and he looks at me and goes, you want to dance? Right? So now Dino teaches in the next room from me, along with Frank and all in there, trying to make a living. So moving along, cousin Bob, we used to go fishing out on the Captain John. And Bobby would get sick and puke in the bait. Remember the bait thing? We weren't catching fish, but then all of a sudden we started catching fish. And I always, every time I go out with these guys, I bring sandwiches, but they were like, oh no, we don't need any sandwiches. But Uncle John would pack such a lunch, and then we'd have everything eaten by 9 o'clock in the morning.